clean-shaven and multitasking and all this other shit, uh, many of you may know that I'm becoming an EMT, and while I'm in school, it's really consuming, like really kicking my ass. So for a while, if I make any videos at all, they're gonna be lives, and I'm gonna be like, multitasking. So I wanted to share an experience that I had today where someone was really rude to me. And the way that I have reacted to it, like my default way of reacting to that, has changed because of the work that I've been doing. And I wanted to share with you my impression about that. It used to be that if someone was rude to me, I felt very helpless and weak. And I know summarizing these things, these words may seem abstract. You may not be able to relate to them, but I can guarantee that there's something in you when other people talk down to you or assume that they're in a higher position, a position of power over you, something like that. I can guarantee that you have some feelings about it. So feel free to replace any of my words with whatever is true to you. You may not feel powerless. You might feel angry. You might feel enraged. You may feel sad. You may feel ignored or unseen or small. All of that is fine. We all have different kinds of pains, and so we all have different triggers and reactions and responses to those kinds of stimuli. So used to be that I would feel very, very weak and small, and my reaction to that was ranged anywhere from anger to rage and violence. And slowly over the last year to 2 years, I've started to become less enraged. But I still pretty reliably, I would think much more than I wanted to, expend a lot more mental energy than I wanted to, thinking about why someone was rude to me or why I felt so angry with their being rude, And I'm noticing more and more lately that I'm not expending that energy. I'm not thinking about those things. I'm able to see those unskillful interactions as not about me at all. And this used to be one of those abstract ideas. People would tell me, it's not about you when people are rude to you or when people are mean to you. It's because they see you that way. They see the world that way. That's how they feel about themselves. They even see themselves that way. They see themselves, for example, as someone who is potentially weak or could potentially be taken advantage of or gotten over on. So they have to be strong and they have to dominate and they have to make sure they come out ahead in every interaction so they can avoid feeling that way. That's just one example. There's as many examples as there are people. So it's, because I've been having these experiences for so long, and believe me, you get sick of this shit after a while. Because I've been having the experience so long of, feeling very weak and very helpless when people are aggressive with me or rude to me. I've been doing a lot of work around it, really digging, asking myself, what feelings do I have or what feelings are underneath all the rage, right? And just getting slowly down one level deeper at a time. I'm able to finally see and understand that a lot of the interactions I had as a child or as a younger person and still continue to have, a lot of those interactions have formed my perspective or my feelings on myself and as a result on the world and the people around me. For example, I've been dealing with racism since I was a kid, consistently throughout my whole life. Almost every week, there's some racist statement or some comment or something like that. And I know a lot of you deal with that as well, whether you're white or Asian or black or native. I know that a lot of people experience this, so you're no stranger to what I'm saying. And that is something that, is definitely in the mind of the person seeing me, assuming that I am, fit into some kind of category, some kind of profile, and they're making the assumption about me, often unconsciously, not even, they don't even realize they're doing it, and treating me in a way that fits with that assumption, that fits with that image of the person who they assume that I am. And sometimes it sucks a little bit more. Like today, the person who was rude to me was an Asian woman. It was kind of dark outside. Maybe she couldn't see that I was Asian, but when someone of your own race is rude to you, it sucks a little bit more, for me at least. And that's like that's the lens through which I'm seeing the world right now, is that every interaction has something to do with race, or many interactions have something to do with race. More interactions have something to do with race than they actually do, right? That's the lens that I'm looking through right now, and another thing that I have to like dig up and heal. And the tool that's really been helping me to let go of these interactions, to see them as not relevant to me, has been breath work. That and sometimes the RAIN system by Tara Brach. In breath work, you do a form of breathing where you break down the barriers between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. So your feelings start to come out, and the subconscious feelings especially start to come out in a rush, especially if you're new to it. The breath work that I do is breathing into the belly and then breathing into the chest and then exhaling. So it looks and sounds like this. And it may not look or sound like much, but you do that for, 60 seconds, 2 minutes, and shit starts to come up. Shit definitely starts to come up from your unconscious. One of the, I don't want to say creators, but one of the pioneers of breathwork as we know it now, he called it holotropic breathwork. And these days there's like a million, names that are in vogue for different kinds of breathwork. They all come from pranayamic practices, and Stan Groff was his name, and he said breathwork is like a homing device, a homing beacon that helps you find what your subconscious is most ready to deal with right now. And for me, that has been my experience of feeling hurt and feeling angry and feeling sad when other people are being dominant or being rude or, running me down or something. So yeah, and the other system that has helped me also is RAIN. Tara Brach's RAIN system is a godsend. Whether you do breath work or not, whether you do meditation or not, whether you do journaling or not, just going through the steps of RAIN, thinking about your experience is enough for you to start doing that digging and to allow some of those feelings to come up. Not as strongly as when you do breath work, but still, it still will get you somewhere. It still will help you to build your self-awareness, to connect with yourself and connect with the feelings that you're having. And that has been the whole mechanism of my healing. This is like why rudeness and aggression are not bothering me as much these days. And the RAIN system, you can look it up for yourself. The RAIN system by Tara Brach. R stands for recognize, or recognize and acknowledge what you're feeling in the moment. That gets you down into your body and brings you into the moment, brings you into the present. I feel angry the way this person has talked to me. I'm also aware of some sadness that I'm feeling. And then acknowledging the experience that you're having. There is anger and there is sadness, and really that's as much as you need to do. It's not bad that you feel these things, or good that you feel them, or appropriate or inappropriate. You are feeling them, and you're acknowledging that you're having the feelings. Investigating is going further, RAIN. Investigating is going further, asking, for example, what's beneath this sadness? Have I felt this feeling some point before? Does it remind me of other interactions? Can I remember having this kind of sadness or this kind of anger in other interactions? And you know, for me, for just one example, the kind of interaction, the kind of sadness that I feel, the kind of anger and sadness that I feel have like a unique color to them when someone is being aggressive with me compared with when I see injustice or aggression on someone else. Or like when I'm mad at myself because, you know, I misplaced a $20 bill or some shit like that, which I did like last week. Yeah. And then the N stands for nurturing. And nurturing is, nurturing looks and sounds like, of course you feel this way. Anyone in your position would feel this way. It's natural for you to have these feelings. You know that this is one of your triggers, and you're going to continue to feel this way in these interactions for a while until you feel this way less or until you don't feel this way. And the nurturing for me often happens just with the recognizing. I mean, when you practice the RAIN system, just taking the first step of recognizing, being aware of what it is that you feel, taking that first step often generates a feeling of curiosity and a feeling of nurturing, a feeling of soothing. All right, I hope that this was helpful. You can reach out to me for breathwork through kimsuacu.com. And you can find Tara Brock's RAIN system on her website or through a gazillion different videos on YouTube. Resources are out there for us to help ourselves. These are especially helpful for addicts or people who are recovering from addiction. And I hope you guys put this to good use. All right, take care. Bye-bye.